G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome to the 7th episode of our Fulham Road to Glory Career Mode series in FIFA 20. First of all, an apologies for missing yesterday's episode, not uploading yesterday. You can maybe tell it in my throat, but I've been a little bit crook over the weekend. Regardless, we're back today. We're hopefully back on the daily upload grind as long as I stay healthy, but we have a big episode here. We are in December, looking to take massive momentum into the January transfer window. And I want to know from you guys, who should we be looking at in the January transfer window? I appreciate the comments that you've been leaving so far. Definitely taking them on board and definitely want to get more insight and more opportunity to see who we can potentially go for to strengthen our decent side. I mean, we've been pretty good for the most part. A few rocky areas that we need to improve on, but for the most part, I'm satisfied. I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm satisfied with the start we've had of the season. Definitely a position we can work around and a position that we can build upon in the second half of the season. Regardless, though, we're taking on Bristol City for the opening game of today's episode at the Cottage. They're pushing forward here, and it's actually Benica Phoebe. Remember him from Arsenal? He's getting the opening opportunity here, and it was saved, but we actually get caught on the counter-attack. Vyman, another big name from a few years ago, from Aston Villa, pushing forward. The Austrian backheels it to O'Dowda. Some lovely passing play from Bristol City, but an even more impressive save from Jack Butland. That might be one of the best saves we've seen in the series. I thought for sure when they had the overlap that we were going to concede. So Jack Butland keeping us in this game so far. We move all the way to the 60th minute, however, where we had an opportunity to take the lead ourselves. Unfortunately, King Kearney, he's pretty comfortable in front of goal, but he was not in that situation. But he turns provider as he goes through to Cabano, who shoots it. What an opportunity for him. Unfortunately, he does not have the legs. Bristol City coming through in what has been a tight matchup. We pass it straight to Nagy. Terrible pass from Kearney. They slide in behind, back to Nagy, who's up against Meyer. Goes to Rowe, who hits the crossbar. I tell you what, we are lucky not to be behind in this game. An opportunity gone begging there for Bristol City. It's a game of missed opportunities, really, but we're looking to make the most of ours. It's fallen there to Reed, who plays it to Mitrovic. Mitrovic is going to give us the lead here in the 84th minute. By far, not our best performance of the season. We definitely need to thank Jack Butland a lot of the time, but Mitrovic and Reed combine to get us a great opportunity. A lucky deflection, a nice pass through the legs there, and a clinical finish one-on-one from the Serbian King Mitro. Look at that on the behind angle, which is ultimately going to see us get a very fortunate 3 points. I wouldn't say very deserved 3 points, but a fortunate 3 points at home against Bristol City. Cracking on here, however, we will see that Rodak, who was our starting goalkeeper at the start of the season, but has been shone out by Jack Butland, wants to move out of the club, which I definitely cannot blame him. I mean, he's a decent quality, and he's been incredible for Fulham this season. He has been so good for the Mighty Whites in real life, but this season in FIFA, I don't want to play him. I want to get a higher rated player, and that's why I had Jack Butland, so I can definitely understand why Rodak wants to leave the club. So I will entertain offers for him come January. But Kakache, growing quite rapidly, up to a 72 overall already for the New Zealander. He's pushing Brian to get a lot of starting opportunities, and he's going to start once again in a pretty rotated side as we travel away to take on Preston North End. Definitely looking to build on the performance we had against Bristol City. Need to be tighter in the defense, need to make the most of our opportunities, but it's going to be an entertaining game nonetheless. As you can see, here is the Preston lineup. Ryan Ledson, the standout name in that side. Sean Maguire as well, a decently well-known name there for Preston North End. We move on, though, and like I said, it's a very rotated side. We've got Reed in there. We've got Decordova Reed. We've got McDonald, Kakache, Tim Ream, all these players in, so a half-strength side. But still, I think we should be getting the job done here against Preston North End. So let's see if we can translate that on the pitch as Josh Onoma comes through with a little drag back there, looking for an option. Has none, so goes short to Arta, who goes to Decordova Reed, who gets on the right side of the Preston defender. And his fantastic run of form continues. I haven't been starting him every single game, but Bobby Decordova Reed has stepped up phenomenally when he has been called upon. And again, he breaks the deadlock early in this game, which is what we want to see. But it is Preston on the attack, looking for a quick equaliser. Brown shoots and forces almost a near post save out of Jack Butland, so need to be careful on that one. Moving all the way though to the 67th minute, Deca-Dover-Reid sliding in behind. Josh Onema slides the ball through. Deca-Dover-Reid looking for some support, goes himself, and ultimately we've got to be doing better in that situation. We hesitated, really. I was looking for the square opportunity. We didn't take it, but we still have possession here. Arta on the volley. It falls to Tim Ream of all players. Imagine if Captain America was able to put that one in the back of the net. He had a little skip. He hits it pretty flush, but belts it over the crossbar. Ultimately, though, we are going to allow Preston a golden opportunity here in the 90th minute in stoppage time. Maguire going to Brown. Terrible overlap. Goes to Ledson, to Pearson, to Ledson. What a save, Jack Butland. We try to clear the ball. We put it out for a corner. And it is well past time here. We need to clear the ball and come away with another 1-0 win. Potts, the man taking the corner. I'm surprised the goalkeeper hasn't come up for Preston. Potts puts it in there. It's going to be headed halfway from Christie. We put it through the laces there of Cavallero. And we come away with a quite scrappy 1-0 win against Preston, getting the job done once again. So 2 1-0 results so far. Need to be more clinical, but we're going to start entertaining offers here, getting a deal hopefully done for Rodak nice and early. We're going to go and reject it, however. I want to see if we can get some big money for him, because I'm entertaining offers, but if I can keep him without sending the team morale down, then I'll do that because he's a good talent, but plenty of offers coming in here. So far, been rejecting them all. Definitely willing to open myself up to more, though, if a decent one comes in come January. In hindsight, now that I've kind of talked through it myself, I'm thinking, maybe I should have just started playing ball early here so that we could have an opportunity to have the money straight up when the window opens, but we'll see how we go in the next episode. Regardless, though, we're going to have a press conference here ahead of our upcoming game. Looking to make another win. Our defense, whilst Butland has been pretty darn good for us, our defense hasn't been as shaky as in recent episodes, and I mean that by saying Mawson and Ream and Holgate haven't been pushing out the line as much, so I'm hopeful that can stay the case as we have a big West London derby here, travelling away to take on Brentford. They're getting that real big stadium next year, so I'm very interested to see what that looks like for them. They're in the promotion hunt, so maybe we'll see them in the Premier League. Hopefully not, because fuck Brentford, but regardless, we're travelling away here, looking to avenge the loss that Fulham had in this real-life fixture in the real championship season. This fixture, Fulham lost it, so we're looking to make the most of the new opportunity and the chance to really right our wrongs. A strong side here. We're not here to fuck spiders, as the Australians say. Let's see what we can do. It's going to be Brentford on the attack early here, going through to Ben Rama. Good save at the feet there of Jack Butland. He keeps his clean sheet for the episode up once again. Joe Bryan, though, getting an opportunity to start here. He holds it up, going with a back heel to Cavallero. Cavallero looking for some support. Goes in there. Beautiful ball to Mitro. Mitro can't pull the trigger. And that one's cleared away from Brentford. Mitro, one too many touches. We should have just put our laces through it. And that would have been an absolutely brilliant goal. Great passing play. But Brentford, they shoot, pushing towards the near post. That one going wide again. So as we move into the second half, no side making the most of their opportunities, but we're looking to change that narrative around as Knockout squares it back to Tom Kearney. And don't you like to see that? Our captain scoring against one of our biggest rivals as we take a 1-0 lead on the road. Strongly considering doing the shush celebration to the Brentford fans, but we decided to be a little bit more classy. We are 1-0 up here in the second half, early in the second half, but Brentford looking for a quick equaliser. Valencia going to De Silva, who plays a 1-2 there with Valencia, puts it across the face of goals. What is our defense doing? Everybody watching it. A potential handball, but ultimately a very tidy save there from Jack Butland, putting that one behind. But crisis not averted. In for the corner. Knockout can't clear it fully. Dalsgaard being the first man to the ball. He goes to Benrahma, who I thought might have been offside. He goes. They hit the post. We can't clear it with Mawson. But thankfully, that one has gone out for a goal kick. So, really worrying signs here in the West London derby. We have another narrow 1-0 lead, but you've got to think that our luck's going to run out soon if we don't put a second goal in the back of the net here. Kearney, beautiful ball to Knockout. Knockout takes the touch and the strike, and we have doubled our advantage here, finally scoring another brilliant goal. And that celebration worthy of a derby game. What a goal from Anthony Knockaert, who I have loved playing with in FIFA. Even if we don't get him next season, I would consider bringing him back on loan because he has been so good for us, regardless of whether we're in the Premier League or not. He got the space ahead of the defender, and my God, what a finish that was with the left foot. He's loving it, we're loving it, and we are going to have a 2-0 lead here with just over 15 minutes to go. I mean, we're not home and safe yet, but every second that ticks past is a good second, is a good moment. But we have an opportunity to close out the game officially. Cavallero in acres of space, looking for some support. He cuts it back to Kenny, who goes and Knockaert, after all of the praise that I've heaped upon the Frenchman, puts that one wide. He scored the goal earlier, which was so hard, but couldn't score that one. Regardless, we've really taken this West London derby by the scruff of the neck in the second half, and we're looking to put this one well beyond belief. Tom Kearney looking for a brace. He's got options, though. He squares it. Who goes to Harriata? Back to Mitro. And it's not a West London derby without Alexander Mitrovic scoring a goal. So what I thought was a quite tight game heading into the maybe 60th minute has turned out to be a big win for us in the West London derby. Beautiful passing play. And we're going to come away here with a 3-0 win away at Brentford. Exactly what you love to see. And I mean, I've got to give big credit where it's due. Our passing play has been quite impressive in the past few episodes. So there it is, a 3-0 win away at Brentford. But anyways, fellas, that is where we are going to conclude the 7th episode of our Fulham Road to Glory Career Mode series. As you can see, well and truly in the hunt for promotion, only 4 points away from the top spot of Nottingham Forest. So continue to string some results together and we'll be in a great spot. As you can see though, if you look to the right hand side, probably just above me there or somewhere, we have Leeds in the next episode. Leeds are 1 point ahead of us, so that is a massive game. I'll see you for that one hopefully tomorrow. It has been Jared HD here. I am out. Peace.